Hello everyone, and welcome to this year's third Oceanside High School Athletics Signing Day. I'm Sam Farsky, and in case you have not attended one of our signing day ceremonies, we are members of the Oceanside School Broadcasting class and will create a special Sailor Station episode about this event. That video, along with all the pictures from today, should be available within a few weeks. Don't worry, everything will be shared with your athlete through their school email. So let's get started. Today, we recognize the athletes who have been given the opportunity to continue their athletic careers at the college level. Before we introduce the athletes individually, I'd like to introduce the principal of Oceanside High School, Dr. Brennan Mitchell.
Thank you, Sam. Good morning. It is my sincere pleasure to welcome you to this very, very special event at OHS. I'm so thankful that we've been able to celebrate our scholar athletes this year in such a way that not only recognizes them, of course, but so many others who have helped them on this journey. I do want to take a brief moment to thank those behind the scenes, our custodians and our buildings and grounds team, and our security team, who are an integral part of our practices and games. I would like to thank our district administration, who's well represented here today, Dr. Harrington, Mr. Coakley, Dr. DeRosa, and Ms. Provito, for their support of our athletes and the work of our athletic director, Mr. Thomas Lehman, and our NCAA coordinator, Mr. Frank Luisi, for being instrumental in all of this. I would like to thank our teachers for their work in creating classrooms that foster our academic pursuits, and of course our school counselors who put in countless hours helping turn those pursuits into college aspirations. I would like to give a special thanks to our coaches, whose effort, guidance, and leadership continues to put Oceanside athletics on the map. Of course, we need to give a tremendous thank you to Miss Audrey Miller, taking photos right there, always working, and her entire class for all that they are doing today. It's just so amazing and so special that we have this on-the-job experience for this program, and we can merge their work with this exciting day. To our parents, all of you, thank you for all that you've done throughout the years. I know that this commitment to sports often means giving up of yourself, and you have been there to support and encourage them. I'm sure there's been times when you've been a shoulder to cry on, and of course, you're their biggest champion over the years, so thank you. Finally, to our student athletes, thank you. Thank you for representing Oceanside, and thank you for demonstrating the commitment to athletics and education that has made all this possible. You have made us all so incredibly proud, really, and we cannot wait to see all that will come your way. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Oceanside Director of Athletics, Mr. Thomas Lehman.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming here today. Really appreciate it. Since Dr. Mitchell kind of got all the thank yous out there, I would just like to start with the parents. Thank you for providing the inspiration for all of our students here. Whether it's athletics, arts, music, whatever their interests are, you need a strong parental background to kind of let them go for their interests. Obviously, we have 8 young men up here that were interested in playing athletics, whether it's lacrosse or other sports, and you as parents provided that inspiration, provided the push, the drive. And sometimes as parents, the only way to get here is sometimes letting go and letting the kids learn and grow themselves. And that's the ultimate test of parenthood. And as a young parent myself, I'm still learning how to do that. So I thank you all for your contributions for these young men up here today. For our coaches, Coach Flounce and Tistaban are here in our audience today, an integral part of these young men's lives, not only on the lacrosse field, but growing young men. And that's what this is about. It's not about the wins and losses. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about making better people in our community. And I think for every single young man up here, I can confidently say that has been the case. For our young student athletes here going on to the next level, I think it's really important to understand that you guys are going to struggle at some point in college. The struggles that you've had throughout middle school, high school, sometimes things didn't go your way, whether it's playing time, you lost a tough game. That stuff, that's fun, that's easy, and you overcame that. Remember back to all the work that you put in to get to this point. It's not easy. It doesn't happen just because you show up. It happens because of the work, dedication, and the commitment that you put in, not over a week, not over a month, but years. So when you go to college and things are not going your way, or maybe it won't go as expected, remember back on your Oceanside days and what it took to overcome those obstacles. So hopefully you young men here have learned that lesson, besides being excellent in on the field, but excellent in the classroom, excellent in the community. Remember your values, stay strong to them, and you have nothing but great success ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lehman. Please allow me to introduce the NCAA Liaison, Mr. Frank Luisi.
Congratulations, guys. Really appreciate it. We appreciate everything you guys have done. All your efforts have been just phenomenal, and the great awards today are really so deserved. It's very important today. Okay, it's very important today to keep that in mind, as Mr. Lehman just said, that there are people that have been in your life that are so special, and they've done something here at Oceanside because you've done something so great with it. It's that they have been to you models of how to serve others, to be servant leaders. And throughout this room and on your team, and you guys right next to each other, that's what you've really done. And today, this special gift that we've been given by the people around us is so important because it's going to be something you carry with you the rest of your life. Each of them, your parents, your family, they're ultimately examples of servant leadership. They did so much for you, and they love you so much. When you leave, they're still going to be there for you. Your coaches, Coach Brown, they are examples of this great effort, servant leadership. And we thank Coach Brown also over the years, and Coach Santispan for all of your work to instill in all of you guys the fact that academics and sports are both important. And the environment has been built at Oceanside. It's not enough to just score a goal. It's important to be in every class and to give your best effort and to serve your teachers and your coaches. Servant leadership. It's in your teammates. All successful teams have that. Any great championship team has that. In our community, we have people today in the audience. I'm so very honored there are 3 people here today that I actually coached here at Oceanside, and they've done what we want you guys to do, which is to one day be a great father, a great husband, a great family person. We have people who work in our school here today who've dedicated their lives to helping Oceanside. We have a community member who's built a tremendous foundation for lacrosse in our program, himself, a great player. And you have your counselors who have been there for you always, serving you in any way needed. Your teachers serving you in any way needed because they love you and care for you so much. And then right in our school, we have a principal who every day exhibits this special servant leadership. How lucky we are to have Dr. Mitchell. It's the real deal. It's the real thing. Our athletic director, Tom Lehman, he took over for a real great guy. Mr. Reiser was a great athletic director, and Tom has hit the ground running and followed and brought even more passion and vision for the future to us. And also to Janet Marks, how she served all of us. And Mr. Carbonetti, our director of guidance, he's never too busy for you. He'll always make time to serve you. Ms. Mason, our associate principal, the same. Mr. McKeel is there always for all of us, inspiring us, helping us. These people are gifts. And I leave you with this idea to remember that, when you leave, to see when you go to your team, as Coach Brown would be so proud of you and Coach Santisteban, what can I do, Coach? How can I help? How can I serve? And that is the sign of a great person and a great winner. And I'll leave you with this. When a tough day comes, you have a tough day, try to remember this phrase. It's better to light one candle than curse the darkness. So when you have something tough happen to you, I know it's helped me. Get a little card and write a thank you note to someone who believes in you. And tell them how much you appreciate them believing in you. To Coach Brown, Coach Santisteban, your mom, your dad. And say, thank you for believing me. And that little act of goodness is going to light up yourself and your spirit, instead of being bitter and disappointed in yourself about the tough thing that happened. It's better to light one candle than curse the darkness. And finally, I'd like to have Mr. Lehman come up for a second. He has something from all of us at Oceanside, but for Mr. Lehman and myself, a little poem we'd like to give you. And this poem is, "Don't Quit." And what that really means is, no matter what happens in your life, no matter how good or how great, don't ever give up. Put your heart and mind to whatever you really want to do. I promise you, there's nothing you can't accomplish. Keep this poem with you. And whenever you have a tough day, read it. And it'll help you keep going, because you know all of us at Oceanside are rooting for you. I'm very honored to do this, to say this today, and I appreciate all of your support and all the great things you guys have done. If you need any help, please come over to my office. We'd like to help you in the last months, and you're at Oceanside. And great job, guys. Congratulations.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce today's honorees. Dylannardone, who will be attending Western New England for lacrosse. Jack Hickham, who will be attending Montclair State University for lacrosse. Xavier Miller, who will be attending Belmont Abbey College for lacrosse. Joseph Dgiovanna, who will be attending SUNY Oswego for lacrosse. Ronnie Kramer, who will be attending Stony Brook University for lacrosse. Vincent McAbee, who will be attending Adelphi University for lacrosse. Ryan Collins, who will be attending SUNY Oneonta for men's lacrosse. And finally, Brian Brennan, who will be attending Pace University for men's lacrosse. We would also like to recognize everyone behind the scenes who have helped these student athletes reach this level, including your families, teachers, guidance counselors, and coaches. So many young athletes work hard, yet never get to the level of success, and we applaud your dedication and achievements.
I'm here with Ronnie Kramer, who's going to Stony Brook University for lacrosse. So Ronnie, you both play lacrosse and football and was selected for All-State and All-County in both sports. That is quite an accomplishment.
Thanks, Kurt.
What made you choose to pursue with lacrosse?
I love both sports, but ever since I was younger, I've always wanted to play lacrosse in college, so that's kind of what I pursued.
Cool. On both teams, you play with your best friend, Mikey Mecca. How does your friendship on and off the field affect how you play on the field, and vice versa?
Mikey's always had my back, and I've been with him since day one, and it's awesome that we've got to play both sports together.
You were considered a strong player in high school. In fact, you led your team in points during your junior year. Tell me about your chemistry with your teammates.
I've been with these guys for a while. We've been playing together for a while, so it makes it a lot easier with doing that with the guys around me.
What qualities do you think you're going to bring to your Stony Brook team?
Just being able to compete, going out there, wanting to compete and win.
What are you looking forward to the most when you go to Stony Brook?
I think that it's a new place, new opportunity, a lot of new challenges, and I'm excited to get started.
What do you see is your path after college?
I'm not sure yet.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Thanks, Karen. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Michael Garcia, and I'm here with Jack Hickham. So, Jack, you are a 2-year varsity player here at Oceanside. How do you feel you have improved in lacrosse since the beginning of your career?
I feel like I've been able to improve on defensive side of the ball, being able to push transition kind of efficiently, and be able to pick up some ground balls.
Great. So, what about Montclair University makes it attractive for you?
I like the campus, and I like the destination, only being an hour away from home. Easy drive right up there.
Great, and congratulations. So, what do you hope to achieve in the next few years?
I want to come out of college with a business degree and maybe another degree in exercise science.
Awesome, sounds like a great plan. All right, well, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Matthew Weiniger, and I'm with Dylannardone, who's committed to Western New England University for lacrosse. Dylan, you've been playing with many of your teammates for years. How has playing with this core group of players throughout your lacrosse career, not just at Oceanside, helped you with chemistry?
Well, it's helped me with chemistry. We know how we all play, and we're all good friends outside of lacrosse.
Being on varsity for 3 years is some accomplishment. How have you seen yourself grow as a player and a person throughout the years?
Yeah, I've definitely seen some growth and accomplishment throughout the years.
And lastly, for your last season at Oceanside, what do you want to accomplish?
Well, I want to get a win in the playoffs, and I want to make the county championship.
Sounds good. We're good. Pretty good.
And now I'm here with Joseph Dgiovanna. So, as an essential player on the offensive side of the field, how are you training to ensure a starting spot on attack this year?
I've been hitting the weight room a lot lately, working out with my team, getting my speed and agility up, and, working on a lot of key parts so I can ensure a starting position on attack.
Great. So, how do you feel your relationship with your fellow players and coach has grown in the past 3 years?
I feel like we've gotten a lot closer as like a team for the past couple of us. I mean, since we've been playing since we were younger, and the coaches, they've been with us since middle school. So, we've all gotten like a good relationship going, so we can, go ahead and win.
That sounds great. So, finally, do you feel that your choice to attend SUNY Oswego is beneficial?
Yeah, I think it's actually beneficial for me because I'm doing something that I'm really going to like and enjoy, and the school seems like a great fit for me, and I just can't wait to get started.
Sounds awesome, and congratulations.
Thank
All right,
you.
well, thank you very much.
I'm with Brennan, who's committed to Pace University for lacrosse. Brian, you're considered a reliable defensive player for the Sailors, and so much so that you earned an honorable mention for All-County. What are your best qualities that elevate you to this level of play?
I think I'm an athletic defenseman. I think I just got to get a little bit better at using my mouth and being more leader on the field.
All good qualities. And what are you looking most forward to at Pace University?
I'm looking forward to the school aspect. I'm trying to go for a business major and just start my career.
Cool. And lastly, coming back for your senior season and already being an established player on varsity, what leadership role do you look to take on this year?
I look to lead the defense and mostly the man down, just make sure all the younger kids know what they're doing, and just lead the defense.
All important factors. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm with Vincent McAbee, who's attending Adelphi University for lacrosse. Vincent, why did you choose Adelphi?
I chose Adelphi because I've been going there since I was a little kid. It's a great place. They got a great program there, nice coaching staff, and I just really feel home there.
Sounds like a good college. Now, with last year having to end your season short due to an injury, what have you done this year to prepare yourself for the upcoming season?
I've just been working ever since I got cleared to play. I'm just excited now, more than ever. So.
Sounds great. And lastly, how do you think you've developed throughout your tenure on varsity so far?
Throughout varsity last year, my IQ definitely increased. The speed of play was different than I've been in the past, and just the competition. It's nothing better than Conference A lacrosse on Long Island. So.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you.
And now I'm here with Xavier Miller. So, how do you feel you have improved as an essential unit in the offensive part of the field this year?
I feel like I've got both left and right, both my hands stronger in lacrosse and my conditioning better, which should help me throughout the season stay on the field more.
Sounds great. So, between football and lacrosse, why do you feel you made the switch in your athletic career?
Lacrosse was just my first love, and I just love the game, and I just like it a lot better. I like how fast it is and everything.
Awesome. So, what do you hope for in your athletic and academic career at Belmont Abbey College?
I hope I can make a good impact on the team, win some games, and just have a good 4 years at Belmont Abbey.
Sounds like a great plan, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
I'm with Ryan Collins, who's attending SUNY Oneonta for lacrosse. Ryan, last year you were chosen as an all-county goalie, which is a great achievement. How do you think you can accomplish a repeat of that this year?
I think advancing into the playoffs and winning a couple playoff games and a county championship.
Sounds great. What traits do you look to take on to Oneonta, not only as a student, but also as a player?
Just be more competitive, and when I go to college, everything's gonna be a lot harder. The shots gonna be harder. I just want to develop as a player.
And lastly, what will you miss most about Oceanside?
The thing I'll miss most about Oceanside is the people. People.
Great time.
And now I'm here with the coach of the lacrosse team, Coach Blount. So you must be very proud to have 8 lacrosse players today alone. Who are going on to play in college, and what is it about this team that makes them so successful?
Anytime you have any number of players going to play collegiate sports, it's something that's special. For us, we have 8 this year, and it's extremely special to me, especially since I've had this group since they've been in 7th grade. And, they're a special group in the aspect where they've played together for a long time, and they've played outside ball together, and they've had some good coaches on the outside and on the inside here to make them the best players that they are. And we're just thrilled to have them for this season, and we're going to enjoy the next couple of months and then send them off to college.
Sounds like an amazing team. So you have an all-county goalie in Ryan Collins, as well as all-county honorable mentions in Ronnie Kramer and Brian Brennan. What makes them such standouts?
Ryan's just he's the leader of our team. He's our goaltender. He did an outstanding job for us last year as a junior, and it's quite difficult to play goalie. And in this sport, it's kind of like the quarterback of your football team per se. And then he has two other great players that are returning as well that receive honors from the Coaches Association, and Ronnie Kramer and Brian Brennan, both on different sides of the field. Brian is such an electric player, where he's someone that's able to create offense from the defensive side of the ball, and Ronnie's our top attackman, and he's going to have to carry a load again, similar to how he did as a junior.
They all sound like amazing players.
Yes.
So you coach Jack Hickam, Xavier Miller, and Joe Dgiovanna on the football field as well as the lacrosse field. What strengths do they bring to both fields?
Being able to coach many of these players, in two sports is definitely it's good because they understand what we're looking for, what our standard is in both programs. I think the best thing that you get out of them is you have a gritty group of guys there, out of those three in particular, but obviously in the other players as well. And those guys, they know what needs to be done. They know how to get it done.
So both Dylannardone and Vinny McCabe are three-year varsity players. What do you see for them this season?
Both Vin and Dylan, as three-year guys, they lost their sophomore year, but they both played last year as juniors. Vin did a great job for us. He got hurt halfway through the season, and he really did a great job at X, transferring the ball and creating for us. And then Dylan was one of our righty attackmen, which he had good ups and downs, throughout the season, and someone that showed tremendous growth. And we're excited for both of those guys, coming back and having a depth in our attack unit where we feel comfortable with four of our attackmen, and we'll continue to build more from there.
That sounds exciting. So what advice do you have for all of your players going on to the next level?
I think the biggest advice we can give you is just have fun, compete. Obviously follow through with your academics, and just realize that it's not always going to be as easy. You won't have as many easy moments. You're going to have some downs, and you have to find a way to fight through it and stick to the plan and stick to the process. And if you're able to do that, you're going to come out a successful young man.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.